Yeah. This is Michael Angus of Comedy Horse Productions. Still going. And today I am joined by Jeannie the Great, who loves cake, who's Ben Taylor, and Connor Skivington. How are we doing, guys?
Doing great, thanks.
Not too bad.
And once again, we are here to talk about I'm the Senate. Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I thought you were going to do that with me, Ben. Kind of felt slightly embarrassed there. But
may the force be with us all.
Yes, indeed. The force was not with me there as I sang it by myself. So we've got some interesting people here in Attack of the Clones, and also talking with me now, obviously. And so we start off with Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
One of the probably the weakest movie, but you know they had some decent characters in it. Some not so decent characters. The ones here for that, we've only got one not decent character, and the rest of them are pretty good. So, firstly, we've got Count Dooku.
Yes.
Does anybody remember who we cast for that?
No idea.
I'm trying to remember if I can.
It's Donald Sutherland.
Yeah.
Which I understand, honestly, why we did that. I think he can. I'm sure he can do a British accent. He's a proper actor. And and we all know how sinister he can be as President Snow.
President Snow from the Hunger Games. Yes, that's that's probably what we know him best for.
It's definitely what I know. It's definitely what I know him best for. Hunger Games.
But it is difficult to cast a character who was brilliantly done by Christopher Lee.
Yes,
exactly.
Rest in peace, Christopher Lee.
Absolutely. I mean,
100%.
Yeah, Christopher Lee's had maybe so many iconic roles, and Count Dooku was definitely one of them.
100%. Yeah.
It's just so disappointing. Maybe the Count Dooku didn't get as much screen time as he got in the films as he would have gotten in like the animated.
That's true.
To be honest, Attack of the Clones was the most screen time he got. In Revenge of the Sith, he was only in ever one sword fight, and then he was,
do it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think it was important though. It was a turning point, but I think it was a shame that we didn't have more of Christopher Lee, because who doesn't want more of Christopher Lee? That's the thing.
Doesn't.
But for Star Wars, at least he voiced Count Dooku in the Clone Wars movie.
So he did, yeah. Not sure. I'm not sure who voices him in the Clone Wars. Actually, do you have any idea, Connor?
No idea.
I don't. It's interestingly, you think they were going to do like a TV series or an actual film, real life film for Count Dooku? You think they give a backstory on him as Qui-Gon Jinn's master? Remember the scene where in Attack of the Clones, Obi-Wan Kenobi's like imprisoned, and then it's like Count Dooku was Qui-Gon Jinn's master, Obi-Wan Kenobi's former master.
Yeah, I think that was just to sort of make his role a bit more complex. Sort of be like, like he.
Plus, I would want more Qui-Gon Jinn, because he was only in that one film at first.
And also, as our casting choice, Johnny Depp, that would have been pretty sweet as well. Like, which I hope he's doing well at the moment because of everything that's going on with him.
I hope so as well.
Yeah.
But,
anyways, with the next one, we chose Brendan Thwaites, and I do.
But it's in an adult Skywalker,
Anakin Skywalker.
Anakin Skywalker, right?
Yeah.
Give me an example what he was in again.
He was in Maleficent.
Brendan Thwaites was in Maleficent. He was the Prince.
I remember him now.
Other than that, if you also don't remember him for that, you might remember him for the 5th Pirates of the Caribbean film, Salazar's Revenge.
I remember him.
He was Will and
He was
Yeah.
Will Turner's son.
Yeah, Henry.
Yeah, I don't know him massively for his work, but I know that you won us over with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know this was your your choice.
Yeah. It's interesting that we went with Sam Claflin for Obi-Wan Kenobi because he's probably who I would have wanted to choose for Anakin when he's like in his more grown-up age.
Yeah.
I think Waits would actually be a great choice. I think because, well, for one thing, I think his portrayal in, shall we say, Pirates of the Caribbean, like he was very brave, let's just say, but he maybe wasn't too, what's the word, too action packed and everything.
Yeah.
Like he didn't like do enough sword fitting and everything. So
I'm
I
happy.
think that
I'm happy that
yeah.
I'm happy that Johnny Depp is actually supposed to be returning in the 6th part of the Caribbean movie because it just wouldn't be the same without him.
Is he meant to?
I have no idea. But that's what I've heard rumors about.
We can do another video on that for sure.
So Brenton Thwaites I think was probably my first and only choice for this older Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah. And I think the chemistry between Obi-Wan and Anakin is so important, and
it is. There
could be that. I think that it could really work with them two.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Speaking of Obi-Wan, who did we cast as Obi-Wan Kenobi then?
Claflin, who you might remember best as Finnick Odair from the Hunger Games movies.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Forgetting what we put in the last video, which you can watch on our channel, everybody.
Okay.
Just I had to put a plug there,
For sure.
Yeah, but so moving on to I'd say he's quite an iconic character. His son is a lot more, but we'll get to that. And Jango Fett.
Jango Fett, of course.
Do we remember who we cast for him?
I don't.
Nope.
Antonio Banderas.
Oh right, that makes. I think it's kind of. Yeah, I remember now. I think Antonio Banderas has quite a bit of similarity to the original actor who played Jango Fett. Yeah, I think. He'd be perfect for that part.
Yeah,
I think he would. I think if they gave him more screen time as well, which I think Django needed too.
Yeah.
I think the thing about this movie was they focused so much on things which we didn't really care about.
Yeah.
And less on the cool things like Count Dooku and Jango Fett and plenty of other examples.
Yeah.
To be honest, I feel like Django should have gotten more screen time.
Yeah.
He's such an iconic character. They even made a video game about him and everything.
Antonio Banderas would be able to steal every single scene with how badass he could be.
Yeah, I think all the movies that I've seen Antonio Banderas in, like, he always is that sort of that character that you just can't decide if you think he's trustworthy, if he's the good guy, or if he is the bad guy.
I mean, there's a handful of roles where he does play good, like nice people really well. But I completely understand. Well, Zorro is one. Like, he can play a hero and he can play the villain.
Yeah,
which is really good.
Django is definitely one of those characters that you just have to be suspicious of. But he is supplying like the Jedi Force with like the army of clones.
Yeah,
but that is he can't be trusted and all, which I think is something that is very important as a highlight for this film, Attack of the Clones.
And also, for more screen time for Django, we have seen how well a Mandalorian can do on screen with the Mandalorian TV series. We have seen how effective they can be. So putting Django, giving him more depth would be, I think that would be a lot better for for the film, and also without it going on about politics so much.
Yeah,
For
that's what
fuck's
politics.
sake.
Politics was really much about that in Attack of the Clones. That's also where Emperor Palpatine, or as he's also known as his alias, Chancellor Palpatine, is like then given his as Chancellor.
Who would have been played brilliantly in our series by
Anthony Hopkins.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. Just tested. So next, Dexter. No, I'm joking. No. Mind you, like, just before we go on, I thought it was very weird how there was an American diner in space. Did anybody else think that was weird? But yeah. So we have his son next, and Boba Fett. One of I know, like, he only has a few lines, but my God, does he make the most of it?
Yeah, I think he has. I think if we talked about this a lot before, like he has been played by kind of the same actor. The same actor who plays him in the film did his voice in like the Clone Wars series.
No way.
If I remember, yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he's in real life. I can't remember the actor's name, but in real life, he's probably just not too much older than us. But at the time Wars series was going on, he was only about roughly our age when he was doing the voice, and Boba Fett was still that.
That's awesome.
Wow,
that's really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, for Boba Fett, we said an unknown actor.
Yeah.
For young Boba Fett, because you know there's some great young actors out there, and
there are.
You know,
there are.
Give them a chance, really, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, like I think. Imagine a kid's joy when you tell them that you're going to be in Star Wars. Like, imagine that.
Oh God, there's no words for it. Honestly, any kid would honestly just want to fly to the moon and back if they could be in Star Wars.
And to a galaxy far, far away. Like,
galaxy far away.
I mean, it's like with you know those kids in Last Jedi.
Oh yeah.
And that kid at the end.
Yeah.
Who's just he's just playing around with like, well, he's you know, he's like, oh my God, I can be like them and that kind of thing, you know.
I can be a Jedi and everything, or you
can be a
I can be a Jedi.
Well, technically the only way someone can become a Sith is if you embrace your anger and everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But those kids at the end, who knows what the future holds in store for Star Wars, if any of them might be asked to come back, or if some older actors will be asked to play them in their grown up.
Look what happened. Look what happened to famous Jedi. Look what happened to Jedi like you know, Count Dooku, Anakin and Kylo Ren. They started off as Jedi, but then they they embraced the dark side and everything, and then they became some of the most dangerous Sith in the galaxy.
Yeah. I mean, who knows what that little kid's future could be. And I mean, you know, it's like, I think in a way, Boba Fett, even though it wasn't like the Force dark side, he definitely embraced the darkness inside him to become Boba Fett that we know.
Yeah, it was the demise of his father that really turned him, should we say, to the dark side, with some further into the dark.
I mean, like, it's pretty nasty seeing your dad's head being cut off. I mean, come on.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, by Samuel L. Jackson, by, you know, that badass mother Jedi.
That's in the Clone Wars, he spent most of his time trying to kill Mace Windu because, he was the one who killed his father and everything, and now he wants revenge.
Yeah.
Of course. Just like Anakin wanted revenge when Count Dooku cut off his arm in this film.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we are on the final one for Attack of the Clones, at least.
Yeah.
We have Senator Organa. Yes. who is played none other in ours by Colin Salmon. Colin Salmon, to remind you all, has been in such things as Arrow, as Walter.
Oh yeah.
Dr. Moon in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've also seen him. I also saw another British series. It's called Hex. If you're interested, he plays like a headmaster in that, in a sort of like a boarding school.
All right. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
I think. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I think Colin Salmon would be a great choice. He's a very I think interesting actor, and he seems like to have so much austerity and wisdom for to play like any character. I think that he'd have the gift to play.
I mean, he's been in a lot of really great stuff, but I think he's been very sort of understated by like other people. But he has still done a great job. Like
I'd when I first saw him in Doctor Who and recognized him from watching Hex, I just thought that it always just confuses me how like someone as talented as him can like maybe have so few appearances or roles.
And here's a fun little fact, actually. He has played James Bond in a little TV series called The Omid Jalili Show, which is like a sketch. But yeah, he still played James Bond. So technically, you can really count that as the first black James Bond.
Yeah.
I think that's quite a cool little fact there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen him in loads of stuff, like just like on and off. Like you know, it's like, oh yeah, it's him.
Yeah.
And I think he would perfectly sum up the sort of the wisdom and the sort of the presence of a Jedi. I mean, and sort of his sort of it's kind of a regal kind of presence which he could give off there. Obviously, being like a senator. And yeah, I think he'd be a really great choice. And also, the actor who actually played Senator Organa, they look very similar. If you really look at it, like they act like it's very similar. Like that. Yeah.
Except doesn't Colin Salmon several inches taller than the actor who played Senator Organa originally?
All right. Okay.
I just think he is. If I remember, he's about 6'3" or 4.
Yeah. Right. Wow.
Maybe not too much taller, but yeah. I agree. There's similarities.
That's something. So we have finished with Attack of the Clones, but we're not finished yet. Oh no.
No.
It's time for Revenge of those Sith Lords.
Revenge of those Sith Lords.
Yeah.
The Jedi to crumble under Order 66.
Yes. 66.
There's literally only 3 on here, but they're good. They're good. They're a good 3.
I'm gonna say we're gonna start off with General Grievous.
You are absolutely right, Ben.
I thought so too.
And honestly, I think this is an excellent choice. For stop motion. Well, for motion capture, that's what I mean. I've been working too much on stop motion. Motion capture acting. Did I say that right? Oh, fuck it.
I know you. I know you're
blah, 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 blah. Andy Serkis. He's the king of this kind of acting. Being, Gollum, Caesar from Planet of the Apes.
He was actually the voice for Supreme Leader Snoke. And
he was Snoke.
But yes, I think General Grievous is definitely a character that Andy Serkis.
He is definitely a great choice for that character.
And yeah, I mean, another Sith to add to his collection. I think it'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
See, the thing with Grievous, he's like Jango Fett. General Grievous is one of the most iconic Star Wars villains, and I feel like
Yeah.
he should have got. I feel like they should have done more with him. Don't get me wrong. He played like a huge role in the Clone Wars series and everything, but
Yeah.
I
One more
feel like he
series.
should have got.
Yeah.
I feel like he should have got more big screen time, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, he was much more laid out in the Clone Wars, and actually in the 2003 sort of like short television series, The Clone Wars, he was actually a lot more intimidating.
They kind of got more into like that was with that animated series. That's kind of
he seemed very impossible to defeat in that. If I'm honest, like
Yeah.
if you go back and rewatch the way that he wields lightsabers, and it's like
So cool how he did that. Like,
like
spinning around.
It's like the
oh
master.
shit.
Yeah, it's like the master Ki-Adi Mundi like says, how is it he could possibly send out to 5 Jedi and still hold his own ground? And
you know,
and yet,
I feel like with Grievous, I feel like I want them there to be like do like Grievous's backstory and everything, like how he became, like how
He is a
he became
robot.
droid. Yeah, but he wasn't. Yeah, but he didn't start off as a droid, and plus he's not a droid; he's a cyborg. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would have been interesting if, like, you know, since he is a cyborg,
Yeah.
they could sort of reoperate him and bring him back, couldn't they? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Grievous 2.0 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, who are we on next?
We are on Chewie.
Chewbacca.
Yeah. Of course, he is on the Battle of Kashyyyk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he's being played by Robert Maylett.
Oh.
Yeah. I think this was who was the big dude in Sherlock Holmes, the movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think he'd be worth it. I think he'd be worth using.
Yeah.
Right. And he was also in 300 as well as a giant, essentially.
Oh, you mean that giant? You mean that giant, big ass monster that Leonidas faced?
Pretty much, yeah.
You know, when they were, in the second battle against the Immortals and everything.
Yeah.
That battle was absolutely insane. Oh.
I mean, I think, like, looking back, would he have been? I don't know. Would he have been too muscular to play Chewie?
It's a good question.
I don't know.
But most Wookiees maybe don't seem very muscular, but they do have, should we say, very extreme strength and all.
Yeah, because oh god, yeah, but like they never look muscular, really, do they? They just look like
they don't.
Massive, sort of furry animals. Like
yeah.
And I think, forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, but Junus Suotamo, who plays him in Solo, and also the recent sequel movies. I think he probably would have been a good one for the prequels as well. So he's kind of done it all, basically. And yeah, I think that would have been my personal choice for him now. But Robert Maylett, I think I don't know. I think he looked like a roided up Chewie, but don't get me wrong. I think he's a great action actor.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could have been right. But let's just trust with the Force and say that it's right. And finally, for Revenge of the Sith, I told you there wasn't many. We have Darth Vader, the voice of Darth Vader.
Oh, of course.
And of course, we're gonna keep James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Of course, we're going to keep James Earl Jones.
Because they did it for the real life Lion King with Mufasa.
Yeah, exactly. So
Oh god, yeah.
we can do it for this, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have a idea. I think we should put Hayden Christensen as the walking Vader. Just him in a suit. Just so you know, he can be Vader.
Yeah, they did that when they actually filmed Darth Vader's Darth Vader's first appearance in Revenge of the Sith. Like Hayden Christensen was definitely in the suit, I believe, and it was like just pure excitement and joy, like on set that day.
Yeah,
if I remember some of the special features. Yeah,
they should let him have that again. You know.
Yeah.
And also, like, I think I remember watching a Star Wars panel. At, you know, the big Star Wars convention which they do now.
Yeah, I get you.
And Hayden Christensen was really well welcomed. I was very surprised, to be honest. But I don't know. I think with that, I think people would be more accepting to be like, yeah, let's just let him in this.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also, you know, he's done it before in that same movie. So
yeah,
screw it, why not? You know, something. But yeah, that is the prequels.
Yes, there we are. Then.
So, what do we think about the choices which we initially made?
I think that
the choice for General Grievous was absolutely bang on.
Yeah. And, I think Donald Sutherland's probably the best person you'd get to replace Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a few good ones there. Definitely.
There are, yeah.
I think we've done right there.
Yeah.
We've done right to these characters, and I still would love to see Antonio Banderas as Jango Fett.
Definitely.
Yeah, we got somebody to play exactly like somebody who looks exactly like Senator Organa, and I think it would just be like it would be the exact same person. Yeah, if that actually happened, it would be like identical. But yeah, so thank you for watching, everybody. We are going to get onto the original trilogy.
The original trilogy.
The original trilogy.
At some point in Bikini Bottom.
Yep.
So if you could give us a like and subscribe and trust in the Force and all that stuff.
Yes, that's.
Otherwise, if you don't subscribe, we will have no other choice but to execute Order 66.
And 66 would change from Jedi to people who don't subscribe.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's just a given, I think. But yeah, thank you guys once again for helping me out.
Yeah.
No problem.
And yeah.
No problem at all.
So like and subscribe, people. Yeah. Nay. That's not going to be a thing. And au revoir.